to play the fiddle. I've been coming up the woods away from my neighbours, where I'll only be annoying the odd dog walker. I've just been desperate to hear what it's going to sound like with the gourd banjo. I just think they're going to go really well together. So this should be really nice and clear, so close to the microphone. You should be able to hear it come all the way around to one side and then back around to the other. It's fascinating, and I love this setup. It's so nice to be able to do stereo recordings out in the wild. Let's get on to making some recordings. So I want to try and get a few usable samples that I can take back to the studio and blend in with the morphagene. And I think some pluck stuff could sound real cool as well, so let's try that. So maybe try a little bit of strumming. So now's a good time to let you know about my Patreon page, where you're going to be able to get access to all of the sounds and samples that I record in these videos. So I'm going to release the sounds for this video for free, so stick around to the end of the video to find out about that. So speaking of samples, let's record some sound effects. I really love blending organic sound effects with music. It's actually one of the things I enjoy about making music so much. For me, it's all about making unexpected connections, blending different things together. I just find it very exciting, so let's give it a go. Okay, so let's try some crunchy stuff. Headphones would help. Don't mind pulling up a bit of bracken, as it is an invasive species around here. Just have a nice bit of texture to your tracks, especially when we're so used to working in like pristine studio environments with perfect digital sounds. Okay, so I'm back home, I've got a cup of tea, and I'm going to start going through the sound files. I've got all the samples here into Ableton, I've got them all edited down, and I'm using the mid-side decoder. So you can hear now, you're just getting the mid. When we turn up the side gain though, you should hear the stereo image widens. I think it sounds nice about there. So I'm going to archive all of the samples and get them ready to load into the morphagene. So we'll pop the SD card in, switch on the morphagene, and we should be ready to roll. I can see the audio light there is lighting up, so that's a good sign. So let's see how we get on. So we've got all the sound files loaded onto the morphagene. We're currently in the reel select mode, and we use the organize knob to cycle through and listen to the different reels. Yeah, there we've got some of the bracken texture stuff, different violin drones, got the nice plucky stuff, the strumming one, and then I do have this going through a bit of reverb and delay as well, just because why not. My favourite of all of the sounds is this cool bow bounce, which I just think sounds awesome. So this is just a pure sample. So next we're going to go into the reel. As you can see here, we've got it's pitched down, pitch it around. When it's green, that means that we're at the normal pitch. I'm running a clock into the input, which changes how the gene size and the morph behaves. Okay, moving on. So let's go on to one of the drones. We can pitch it down, pitch it up. Let's keep it at normal pitch for now. I will give this clock, give it a bit of a rhythmic feel. I like that. Wonderful. So let's pitch it down an octave. Make it sound more like a cello, I suppose. That sounds pretty epic. I love those little modular clicks. So onto the plucks. This should be quite exciting. There it is, an octave down. Wow, that sounds pretty cool. Let's try it at the normal pitch. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure it's usable, it's quite chaotic, quite messy, quite busy. Interesting nonetheless. Okay, so the strum, I think this is the one I'm the most excited about, to be honest. Let's try it. That sounds epic. This is too much fun. So let's also try that one an octave down as well. Oh, wow. You should be able to hear the stereo image that's been preserved from the mid-side recording. The morphagene does actually work in stereo, and I think mid-side is especially well suited to this kind of work. So I think this one was the 2 bracken leaves. I'm hoping this might add a nice layer of texture. So let's see what we can do with it. You can already hear there that the pitch control isn't quite as severe as usual. That might be a bit more usable. So I may even try and control the pitch there. I think that just sounds so interesting, especially with the stereo field. I think the little percussive sounds you can hear are actually the leaves brushing up against the mic. There's all sorts going on in there. I think you can hear some trucks reversing in the distance as well. I absolutely love this module. For anyone out there who's into making field recordings, you have to try and get one of these because it's such an interesting way to like listen back and explore your recordings. It's like a time machine. You can explore sounds on a micro level, on a macro level, all the way down to the smallest granular level.
It's like a time machine. You can explore sounds on a micro level, macro level, all the way down to the smallest granular level.
So I hope you enjoyed that video. It's been something that's been on my mind for a long time now. This is my first time doing like a long form YouTube video. So I am going to have a way that you can support the content if that's something that you want to do. So I'm going to have a Patreon page where you can download all of the sound files from these videos that I'm making. So that's going to be any sound effects that I've recorded. In this case, it's going to be all of the violin stuff, the gourd banjo recording will be in there, any of the sound effects, and it's all going to be in that beautiful mid-side stereo. The idea is that you can download those sound files and use them in your own projects, use them to play along to, things like that. I think it could be fun, and I would like to see what people get up to with it. I'm going to release the sounds from this video for free, just to see if it's something that people are interested in, and then going forward I might start a subscription for a small amount of money where you'll have access to future sounds from future videos. I've got loads planned, and I'll also probably do some banjo tutorials, in-depth things to do with mics and music production and synthesizers and all that kind of stuff. So if that is something that you're interested in, head on over there and give it a go. As I say, it'll be free for this first video. If you're not interested in that, if you could subscribe to the channel, like it, let me know what you think, that'd be really helpful. And thanks for watching all the way to the end if you did, and I will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye. Mwah.